Tiffany here from GoVro Accounting Tax Law Advisory, the $1 Million Year program. I'm sitting down with one of our tax coaches and partner, Tyler Powers.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Coach's Corner. As a big sports fan, I know you were particularly looking forward to this.
Big time, yeah. I should have the big tie jacket on,
but yeah. Next one.
Yeah.
Next one. We'll go the extra mile.
Yeah, we'll do it.
So I appreciate you sitting down with me today.
No problem.
Partner in directing tax. You are wealth of knowledge, especially when it comes to kind of the CRA and the ins and outs and all those tricks. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Why? Why did you get into, were you always a numbers gent? Has this been your wheelhouse forever?
I would say, yeah, to be honest. Like, maybe not specifically to accounting and tax. Didn't know that was my direction, but always kind of was a math student growing up. Like, that was one of the top subjects for me. Forget the English, get me the numbers.
Nice. Yeah. One of those brains, eh?
Yeah.
So why, where, and how did you land at GoVro? Why specifically did you choose to work for GoVro and follow Bob?
Yeah, so born and raised in Peterborough. I left, went to London to do my university. Always knew I wanted to come back to Peterborough. You know, Big Four Toronto was not for me.
Me neither.
I like the personal touch of Peterborough, so circled back this way and got news that, you know, at that time it was a relatively new, smaller firm, and I heard, you know, this Bob GoVro guy is the up and comer, and this is where you want to be. So, you know what, I put in an application and had an introduction to Bob, and the rest is history.
Oh wow! What year was that?
That was, you're putting me on the spot here now. Yeah. This will be my 9th tax season. So I've been here for eight years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
Good
you.
run.
Yeah,
absolutely. Almost a decade, right?
Yeah, it's been a run. Yeah, it makes me feel old, to be honest.
No, but you know all the ins and outs and all the staff and all the tricks and the clients too, right?
For sure.
Through the years. So you help entrepreneurs. You help entrepreneurs save money, find problems, and it's a lot deeper than that. But how? How do you help entrepreneurs?
How do I help them? Yeah. So, I mean, focusing on the tax side of things, how we help them is typically, you know, from my standpoint, is tax structuring, making sure that you're paying the least amount of tax possible, making sure that you've got good plans for the future, for future generations. How are you going to sell your business? How are you going to pass it along to family? What is your end plan? So a lot of it is, you know, taking you from point A and then going, how do we save as much money as possible to get you where you want to be? And then once you're where you want to be, how do we transition that along?
And why is that important to Tyler Powers? You wouldn't be doing this work passionately if your heart wasn't in it, if you weren't driven by something. What is it? Why do you help?
Yeah. I you know, I've always kind of liked that personal touch of helping people. And I feel like, you know, numbers are a way that we can really do that, right? Because it goes into everything else in your life. You know, if you've got, you know, a good financial background and you're happy and you're doing what you want to do, then, you know, it's better for our community as a whole. It's better for your family. It's tough to put it into words, really. I mean, every client's a little bit different, but it's just that helping aspect of going, you know, it's an area where people aren't maybe as comfortable, right? Nobody likes their numbers. So for me, where I like it, I'm like, let me take those numbers and see how we can best help you and set you up for the future.
That is so neat about people that love numbers. It really does go hand in hand, and financial wellness is a big deal. That's what keeps us up at night, right?
For sure. Yeah.
So to get people in your corner, people on your team that are passionate, that care, that are educated. So this isn't your first rodeo. You've been around a while. If you could offer us a tip, a trick, a hack, any Tyler Powers advice, what is that advice? What do you want to share with us? What can we take home?
Tip, trick, or hack?
Yeah.
I mean, being tax guy, I feel like I've got to talk about a tax tip, right? So what are some underutilized things? I'm going to give you 2.
Oh, excellent.
I'm going to give you 2 tips.
2 for 1.
2 tips. So we get a lot of questions all the time about TFSA versus RRSP and that type of thing. So first tip is a lot of people don't know how much money to put into their RRSP during the year because they're not sure how much they're going to make, whatever. But if the money sits in their checking account, there's a better chance that that money is going to get spent.
Right.
So what can we do? One personal thing that I like to do is take money, contribute to your TFSA during the year, let it grow for you, earn the interest, earn the dividends, let that grow. And then at the end of the year, you can take it from your TFSA and rebalance it into your RRSP. So all that money you've earned during the year is now part of your RRSP contribution. So, and at that point in time, you know how much you should be putting in, and you can talk to us and we can help you figure that out. That's one tip. Number two, spousal RRSPs.
Oh.
It's RRSP season right now, so it's on the mind. But I would say this is an extremely underutilized thing, is taking advantage of the ability to contribute to spousal RRSPs. And basically what the advantage of this is if we've got a higher income earning spouse, they can make that RRSP contribution, get the deduction on their return. And then when those funds are withdrawn, it's taxed in the hands of the spouse. So the idea is that we're doing, everyone's like, how do I split income? Well, this is income splitting, and this is a way we can do it. And if you get on the right plan of contributing, and then when you're withdrawing on the other side, the difference in tax rates can be pretty substantial, so you can save a lot.
I have never had anybody explain that so simply that it made sense, and I followed along exactly to what you were saying, and I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
See, it pays to know the experts, to have coaches in your corner. Great hacks today. Thank you for sharing those.
Yeah, no problem.
Tyler, if a celebrity were to endorse you, who would it be, and why would they be endorsing Tyler Powers?
Wow. A celebrity endorsing me.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. We're tax guys. So I'm going with David Chilton, not necessarily tax, the wealthy barber.
Love it.
Yeah, you gotta, he's all about financial planning and having a plan in place and setting money aside and taking care of yourself financially. And I would like to think that David would think that I'm doing a good job advising people on how they can do that as well. So I'm going with David Chilton.
Excellent. Good shout out. Let's see if we can get him to endorse you, Tyler. Shout out to you, David. If you could end us with one quote, what does Tyler Powers say to himself in the mirror in the morning when he's getting fired up? If it's an affirmation, a mantra, a quote that you love, what is it?
Good quote. I'm going to go with Walt Disney on this one. So the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. And I'd say that's a personal quote that I hold true for a couple of reasons. Number one, I feel like I like to speak by doing. Anyone can say they're going to promise you that they're going to do this or that, but really, if you put your head down and actually do something for someone, that's truly what's important. And I feel like in a world of post-COVID where it's hard to get answers from people don't call you back. We've got a lot of people saying stuff and not actually putting it into action. So I'm a action speak kind of guy. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So that's my quote.
I love that. And you're right. And it's even these micro actions. It doesn't have to be this grand gesture, this huge step, a big investment. It can be these tiny micro actions that we take along the way to kind of build to the bigger picture.
100%.
Excellent. Yeah. Tyler Powers, this has been Coach's Corner, and you're going to be joining us, I believe it's the end of February, because you're going to walk us through some CRA tax things that we need to know for the 2023 season. So MDY $1 Million Year members, watch for that coming down the pipeline. If you want to have a meeting with Tyler, if he can help you out, especially with tax reviews, reach out to us. Let's get connected. This has been Coach's Corner. Thank you for your time today, my friend.
Thanks for having me. Look forward to chatting.
Have a great day, everyone.